Hello, and welcome to Straight Talk about small business success. My name's Rod Delo, and I'm going to be your host today. We have the pleasure of having Mr. Marco Torres, from the founder of marketingboost.com, a value add incentive based marketing company. Mr. Torres has been very successful. He's helped thousands of businesses worldwide boost sales up to fivefold through incentive-based marketing. He teaches entrepreneurs like our viewing base how to soar marketing and sales through the use of value-add incentives instead of discounts. I appreciate you coming today, Mr. Torres, and let you do an introduction. I don't know if I did you justice.
You did it great. Thank you very much for having me. I'm looking forward to reaching your audience. Thanks for having me.
Excellent. We can start off with a quick story. Can you tell us a little bit about your backstory?
Okay, great. Yeah. So marketing. Well, I've been a entrepreneur since a very early age. So I do know a little bit about what I'm talking about. By the time I was 23, I had opened 5 restaurants and a nightclub. So very early on in life, I decided I wanted to, be a business owner versus having a job. But then later on, I sold the businesses and I did take jobs. So I've been in the corporate world as well. From after selling the restaurants, became the food and beverage director of the El San Juan Hotel and Casino. The Sands Hotel and Casino in San Juan, Puerto Rico. Then I went on to, be in the corporate world in the travel space. Launched my own travel businesses in 2010, but overall in my career, I've generated over $1 billion in sales for either my own businesses or my clients or people I worked for in combination. So we've had an opportunity, and I've been an internet marketer since the mid 90s. So I was around doing internet marketing as an early adapter when everybody first. I was doing spamming before they called it spam. I was doing 100 million emails a month back then.
So you're the one we should blame for that.
Okay. Exactly. Yeah. Wait, in those days, everybody loved their email. It was like AOL. Everybody had an AOL account, and you had your ping. You've got mail, and they loved it. Nowadays we're spammers are spammers. It's a different story. So but anyway, we've evolved into building a business today that we launched in 2017. Marketing Boost is a business I launched with some partners in 2017, and it's grown into a worldwide service that we provide to entrepreneurs and solopreneurs and business owners around the world. And what it is in a nutshell is we make it easy for the small entrepreneur to compete with the big boys by adding high value travel incentives to their offers, to their call to action, to be able to stand out from the crowd and literally be able to, throw in complimentary hotel stays in one of 125 destinations around the world, to use them for anything from lead generation to closing techniques or closing tools, to upsell opportunities, to generating referrals or testimonials. We can talk about more of that, but there's a million different ways to use the incentives that I can talk about to show business owners how they can stop discounting, stand out from the crowd, and generate more revenue by adding value to their offers.
Okay. And really, that segues greatly into my next question. How do you stand out in such a crowded space?
Right. So, I guess most of us entrepreneurs, we're up against some competition somewhere, more than likely. Matter of fact, if you're not if you don't have a lot of competitors, you likely have too small a niche. So most of us are competing with a lot of sharks in the same pool, and so you've got to figure out, how can I stand out from the crowd? How can I be different? And one of the things that is tempting to do is if my partner charges, if my competitors charge $1,000, I'll charge $900. And so the temptation is to always be discounting in a race to the bottom. And that can literally, put you out of business before you even realize it, because you, as a CPA that you probably are, since I know your other podcast show is, you've got to know your numbers. And so discounting can be, really dangerous, because let's say you do $1,000 in sales and and your numbers are, you've got a $200 net profit after all your expenses, your overhead, your taxes, your labor, your, product costs, shipping costs, all that stuff combined. So now you do 1,000 in sales, you make 200 net profit. So now you drop the price 10% to 900. Now you're making $100 in net profit. And in order to be in the same place you were the day before yesterday, you've got to get to 1,800 in sales. You have to nearly double sales to end up at the same spot you were with the before the discount. So again, you want to try to avoid the discounting. And so we were talking about how to stand out from the crowd. And one of the things that we recommend is instead of discounting, stand out from the crowd by plugging in additional bonus offers. Now, those can be obviously what we promote, which is the marketing boost incentives that we offer. But even if you don't use marketing boost, you could be adding bonus units of your own. You could be throwing in, if you're a business coach, you could throw in an extra couple of months. You could say, look, hire me for 6 months, you get 2 months free. You could be throwing in additional units of some sort. Maybe you've got products that are getting a little old on the shelf, before they expire. Say buy product A and you're going to get product B as a bonus to go with it free. And that way you're moving some inventory from the shelves and at the same time holding your price. But when it comes to marketing boost, we found, so many different ways for our clients to add a complimentary hotel stay, regardless of the industry niche you're in. I was just looking a moment ago at a guy who does a webinar. Many of us today are doing webinars, Zoom calls, where we're, trying to do, your Facebook ads, whatever. You're driving people to a webinar to learn about your business and your products and services. And I've got many, for example, to stand out from the crowd by saying, hey, join our webinar. We're going to be giving away 3 complimentary hotel stays to Cancun, Mexico at the end of the webinar. So come join us, stay till the end and learn how you might win a free trip to 5 nights in Cancun, Mexico. So now you're using the incentive as an additional reason or bonus to even sit through your webinar in the first place, and 2, to stay all the way to the end. So that way you keep their captive audience all the way to the end, where you make your final offer and you're pitching. Now here's the opportunity to get involved, and you're offering your price and your call to action. And then you start talking about the bonus that you're going to give, So those are just a couple of quick ways to kind of stand out from the crowd by adding different types of incentives to your packages.
Okay. Why do value-added incentives beat discounting prices every time? You've kind of touched on it, but I'd like to go deeper into that, because that's really the core of our discussion.
Well, sure. A lot of tests have been done, psychological tests have been done to measure how people react to things. And it's been proven really that people respond better to the bonus offer than they do a discount. If you look at how women shop at the grocery stores, many of the grocery stores you walk in, the very first things you come across are the BOGO aisles. I know over here in Florida, the Publix grocery stores, for example, they've got right at the entrances, BOGO, buy one, get one free. And the prices on some of those things seem like they just doubled the price and put them in the buckets up front. But the first thing you're tempted to do is go over there, take a look and see, well, what can I, 2 for 1? That's great. And that grabs more, people are grabbing those items and putting them in their cart, even though they had no intentions of buying beans or pancake syrup or what have you. But because they see the special buy one, get one, they're looking at it and they're picking up and throwing stuff in their cart. The impulse buy is immediate with the bonus offer, the buy one, get one, and again, we found that, and really, if you look at the price on it, if they individually, the next week you'll find that same product on the shelf and it'll be almost half that price, because they put 2 of them in for the price of 1, essentially. And not that you need to do that, but I'm just saying that the point is packaging, bonuses, units, or additional items, or in the case of what we pitch with Marketing Boost, is plug in a bonus incentive. But people find that these studies have found that any kind of additional bonus or additional units is going to draw more attention than a 10% off the price, or 5, or because if you're not making it substantial, if you're not making 25 or 50% off, it doesn't grab the attention anyway. So why, and if you can't afford to do that, you certainly don't want to bother with 10% off. So therefore, boom, come in and add some value to it, add additional units. If you're a gym, again, buy 12 months, get, 2 months free. If you're any kind of subscription service, you could do that kind of thing, throw in additional units. There's a million different types of things that you could kind of try to do like that versus discounting.
Okay. And this is the part I'm going to lead to is, especially for our business customers, how's it even possible or affordable for a business owner or me to use travel incentives for client acquisition?
Great question. So here's what we did when we launched Marketing Boost back in 2017. And the business came about kind of by accident. We had a problem of our own that we were solving. One was we wanted to grow our reputation, our online reputation, and control it. And so we came up with an idea to survey clients. We were in the travel space as well. So we had another very successful travel website that was becoming one of the fastest growing travel sites in North America. We were traveling, thousands of people. And we needed more, we really wanted video testimonials. So we came up with an idea to survey our clients while right after they checked into the hotel on vacation. So the day after check-in, actually we do it in a couple of ways. Before they arrived, we'd send them an email and text message. Hey, congratulations. We wish you a great and safe trip and so on. The day after check-in, we'd survey them and say, so how's everything going? Would you give us on a scale of 1 to 5? How is the hotel living up to your expectations? How are we doing? Give us a rating. If they gave us a 4 or 5, we were immediately contacting them back with a text or email saying, hey, we would really appreciate it and love it if you would give us a video review of the hotel, from the pool, the bar, the restaurant, the spa, whatever's your favorite part of the property. Give us a selfie video and brag about the hotel and brag about our brand where you found this deal. And we'll reward you with a bonus trip, a complimentary 3-night stay in your choice of here or there. And people loved it. Before we knew it, we were generating dozens and dozens and then hundreds of these video testimonials that we were leveraging all over our website and leveraging them into new business, which was just phenomenally helping us grow even faster. But then we were having to fulfill those bonus trips we offered out of our own pockets. And that was kind of expensive, right? So we were like, whoa, what can we do about this? So we reached out to all of our travel partners and hotel partners and said, look, we know you've got a problem. And the problem is we know that you're not full year round. You don't have every hotel room full year round. We know that 70% of the year, you've got at least 30% of the rooms wide open. You're full. Yes, you're full for peak season. You're full for holidays. You're full on weekends. You're full on special events. But most of the year, you're wide open. So we can solve a problem for you. We can put warm bodies in those rooms when the rooms that have likely sat empty. And those people are likely going to spend money on the property. They're going to book additional nights. They're going to spend money at the restaurants, the bars, the casino, the spa, the gift shop. They're going to spend money on the property so the hotel is going to generate some revenue versus zero revenue. So we convinced a half a dozen hotels to participate with us at the beginning. And that was helping us fulfill the trips that we were giving away. So we did that for a long time. Then we thought, you know what, this is a standalone business. This is a business in a box. Let's turn it into a travel incentive business where we can offer to entrepreneurs all over the world. And we turned that into now hundreds of resorts that we work with around the world, 125 destinations all over the world, complimentary hotel stays in places like Las Vegas, Orlando, 3 nights in Orlando, Myrtle Beach, San Diego, all over the US, 30 different destinations in Mexico, 5 nights in Cancun, 5 nights in Hawaii, 4 nights in the Punta Cana, the Dominican Republic, 7 nights in Phuket, Thailand, 4 nights in Bali, a bunch of different destinations in Europe and in Australia. So no matter where you are in the world, we've got likely have offers that will be attractive to your clients. And then we have hotel savings cards that are good at over 1 million hotels all over the world, increments of $100, $200, $300, or $500 in cash credits that buy down the retail price compared to the Expedias of the world. And we have restaurant savings vouchers. So those are the 3 types of incentives that we that we offer our members for one low monthly fee. When we got in this business, we said, we're going to do this better than anybody else, or we're going to get it and do it at all. And so we totally revolutionized the travel incentive business by making it a win-win-win for everybody. A win for the resorts, like I told you a moment ago, they had warm bodies in their rooms spending money. A win for our business owners that are members, because they get access to these incentives to help them add additional value to their offers. And a win for the client who receives the incentive, because they're getting a complimentary hotel stay, and all they're having to pay for is the government taxes, for example. So the other thing we did differently was we made it super affordable. It's only $37 a month to join Marketing Boost. And when our competitors often sell these travel incentives, we're not the first to offer travel incentives in the industry. There's been others doing this for decades, but they usually sell them for, from $25 to as much as $100 per certificate. And we give it, for the monthly subscription at $37, you get as many as you want. Two, our competitors often, for the entire history of this industry, they made them hard to use. They were by design. You had to give them 45 days advance notice. You had to choose two separate travel dates, 90 days apart. And then they'd get back to you and let you know what hotel you might be able to use. The idea was essentially don't use it. In our case, we made it easy. You activate the certificate by paying the government taxes. That's got to be paid, at every hotel. So the client, obviously, airfare is not included. Food's not included. So the government taxes are always due. So somebody's got to pay that. The business owner could pay it for his client if he'd like to, or most of us give the client the free trip and just do a proper disclosure. It says, hey, I'm giving you a free trip, a free hotel stay. You are responsible for your own airfare, your own food and beverage, and taxes and fees. So the client pays the taxes, and they're getting in many cases, fabulous hotels. Like, for example, right now in Cancun, we've got some amazing AAA 4-diamond resorts in Playa del Carmen, beachfront resort, 15 restaurants and bars, gorgeous property. And the client pays a total of $180 in taxes for a 5-night stay and a resort fee of $32. So they're paying about $300 for the entire stay, compared to $1,500 on Expedia. So it's a super, super value. I know I've been rambling away and hogging the microphone, but
it's okay. But it's fascinating, and you show your passion. I mean, this is exciting stuff, and I mean, like you said, when you discount, you basically almost devalue your service. Versus when you're giving something extra, people feel special. I mean, so the human psyche, you're hitting bullseye on how. If I can get something for free versus the same thing, but somebody tells me, well, I'm just not going to charge you as much. The free thing always wins.
Yeah, absolutely. Here, I'll tell you a story of a client of mine from Houston, Texas, an immigrant from India who hadn't been here in this country very long, launched a business in January of 2021. He and a team of experts in India would analyze, when to buy, when to sell stocks, when to buy and sell cryptocurrencies, and people were, and he built a huge following on Telegram, the new one of the new social media platforms, and he was charging $97 a month for his premium access to all of this, great analytics of when to buy, sell, etc. So he had hundreds of people paying him $97 a month. And then he came out, we found Marketing Boost, and he went back to his entire audience and said, hey, if you sign up for our annual plan, calling it a premium or a gold plan or platinum, I don't know what he did. But anyway, if you sign up for our annual plan, we will reward you with, if you pay for 12 months in advance, we'll reward you with your choice of 5 nights in Hawaii or 5 nights in Cancun. If you pay for 6 months in advance, we'll give you your choice of 3 nights in Las Vegas or Orlando. And boom, he had hundreds of them step up, several hundred step up and pay annually. And another couple of hundred stepped up and paid for the biannual payments. So if they paid annually, they were giving him over $1,000 a piece. In the end, he generated over $400,000 in 4 days with that promotion by getting people to upgrade and pay him for the year in advance versus just, going along with their monthly subscription. And boom, wow, $400,000 in a few days. that was quite a cash inflow. And now he does that on a consistent basis. So he's, he gets his members in at 97, and then after they build trust in a relationship and liking his information, he hits them up with, hey, here's the opportunity to go annual and save more and get the bonus trip, and that's one way. I've had people use the incentives to grow their Facebook groups or social media followings in general. And one guy went from 0 to 10,000 members in less than 90 days by running contests on his Facebook group every week saying, hey, share this with your friends, get your friends to join our group. For every 20 that you invite to join our group, you're going to get a chance to win a trip to Cancun, Mexico, or whatever it was. And boom, the week after Las Vegas, the week after that, San Diego, the week after that. So we always had a contest running, getting people to share the Facebook group and growing his social media till he had over 10,000 people. And then he could start monetizing the group. So that, there's so many creative ways you can use it, again, for lead generation. You could use it for testimonials, like I did earlier at the beginning of the story. You could use the incentives to solve problems, customer service problems. Let's say your teams dropped the ball with a client and now they're getting a hold of you, they're super upset. They want a refund, they want to write negative reviews, who knows what they want. So you get a hold of them and you're like, look, we really want to fix this. We're really sorry for this. We're gonna step over backwards and solve the problem, get it fixed. But on top, just for your aggravation, I'd like to give you a complimentary hotel stay, 4 days, 3 nights in your choice of Las Vegas or San Diego. Let me know. But plus, I'm going to obviously fix the problem, but I want to make sure you're happy. Would that work for you, Mr. Customer? So now the customer, that goes from being all upset to now becoming an evangelist for your brand, because obviously, one, you're going to fix the problem, and two, you're going to give them a bonus trip or something to make up for it. And and then, as earlier, like I was saying, by the way, great tip here for any entrepreneur who needs to generate testimonials, and you all need to be generating testimonials and reviews, because if you're not, if your reviews get old and stale, if they come to check out who you are, and your reviews, the last review you had was 2 years ago, it doesn't mean anything. They need to see new ones. So you got to constantly be soliciting people to give you a testimonial or a review about your product or service. The survey is a great way, because you want to find, if they're not happy, if they responded with a 1, 2, or 3, then you want to make it easy for them to communicate back with you, to vent with you, so you can solve the problem and fix it before they go write a negative review. And then if they're happy, give you the 4 and 5s, those are the ones you're going to send them the links to immediately to ask the favor, please send, give us a review. If you post a review on all 3 of these sites. And again, I recommend you use the third-party sites out there. You don't have to join them and pay for them, but you can be sending traffic and throttling them, some over to SiteJabber, some to Trustpilot, some to Shopper Approved, some to the Better Business Bureau. So you're asking your clients, and you're rotating it in throttling where you need the reviews, so that now Google is seeing all these reviews coming into you, obviously on Google. So you send them to Google, Google My Business reviews, you send them here, Facebook, etc., and rotate where you're sending them. And before you know it, Google's going to be putting all these reviews up at the top of, the page. So when somebody searches your business, they're seeing you, they're seeing all your review sites, and they're not seeing your competitors. So it's another fabulous tip to be doing, incentives or not.
That's fantastic. That was a great piece of advice. One thing, and this is something because we're talking about travel incentives, how are travel incentives working with COVID? I mean, has that been an impact?
Well, it definitely was an impact. Good question. It was an impact in 2020 and in 2021. In 2020, we probably, it was really the mindset of the Marketing Boost members. Many of our Marketing Boost members in 2020 pulled out. They're like, whoa, nobody's going to want to travel. And so they were, but the people were still activating those certificates. What we did was we bumped it from giving people 18 months to select travel dates. During COVID, we bumped it to 24 months so that the consumer could go ahead and activate their free trip that they were given or won or earned or what have you. We gave them 24 months to select travel dates. And that's the other thing about our system today. After you activate the certificate by paying those taxes, you log into an online platform, and you have 18 months currently to to an 18-month window to select travel dates. So you search the dates you want to go, you see the hotels that are participating, you book it, you click it, and you get an instant confirmation, instant gratification. So again, easy, no hoops to jump through, no timeshare presentations, no oddball stuff, nothing, no surprises. What else? So where I was going with this, you asked the
COVID, the impact of
COVID. So yeah. So in 2021, people were activating. They still wanted to travel. They still knew they were going to travel. So they were activating their certificates, and yet, yes, the majority of them were not using them during 2021 and 2020. But I can tell you what, right now, it's like never before. I think this is more like revenge travel. We're seeing the highest rate of usage of these incentives. An incredible rate of people that activate them and ready to go. Our member growth our members is just booming up, growing all over the world, because it now could not be a better time. People are sick and tired of lockdowns, face masks, rules, jabs, you name it, and they're ready to travel. And if not internationally, they still want to go somewhere locally. They want to get out of the house and even if it's a local staycation, they want to drive to a destination and get out of go somewhere. So that is it's the booming time to be offering a travel incentive, because it will grab people's attention. I honestly believe Marketing Boost is the best customer draw card on the planet, because because it's so affordable for you as a Marketing Boost member. It's only $37 a month, that if you have any creativity in your brain at all, you can find some creative ways to add these travel incentives to what you're doing, whether it be engaging an old dead database, by emailing them and saying, hey, we're running a contest, earn a free trip, come in, click here, do this, do that, come back into the fold. Get another appointment, get a review, get a free quote for update your life insurance, or whatever it is you're selling. You can find ways to use these incentives to get them back engaged again, and get your clients and your prospects motivated to find out what's going on, because your business is thriving. You can use our incentives, mind you, for philanthropical efforts. This is a great way for personal branding. For example, a lot of our members use the travel incentives to support local charities or any kind of local fundraising event, whether it be the high school football team that needs football gear, and you come into the event and say, look, my company is going to sponsor 5 free vacations we're giving away to for the fundraiser, and we can let everybody bid on the trips, and the winners are going to get 3 trips to Cancun, 3 trips to Las Vegas, or 30 more trips over here to Miami. And so now people bid on them, they raise some funds for whatever the cause is, and then you as a business owner are branding yourself as the authority, the expert, and in a position that's strong enough to be able to give away some free vacations that your company sponsored. And then you might get a few minutes to give your elevator pitch in front of the audience and go, hey, I'm the expert in real estate. If you're ever buying or selling or what have you, look for Marco, and this is what I do. And so, good luck. I hope to see who wins these trips. Let's support the cause. Let's start the bid, boom. So now you're you can be helping support good causes, be seen as a philanthropist, and building a good branding.
That's fantastic. I know we've really we've covered a lot of territory today. I just wanted to say, what is a question I should have asked you but didn't?
Shoot. Okay. Who should not use these vacation offers? So that's a good question. So, for example, we do even recommend some of the sales funnels that we build for clients. We put in there, who shouldn't use this offer? Well, if somebody is super picky about travel dates, so if they can only travel on their birthday or on Christmas week, this may not work for them, because we are helping fill what would otherwise have been empty hotel rooms. So we're about 32 weeks out of 52 weeks a year of available inventory. Not going to be available for the peak seasons. It's not going to be available for the 4th of July week. It's not going to be available Memorial Day, for Christmas week, Easter. So, for example, so if they're very picky about only being able to travel at certain times, it may not work for them. If they're super picky about the hotel brand, if they can only stay at the Ritz or the Taj Mahal, it may not work for them, because we're going to have 4 and 5 star, 4 and 5 bubble. They're all TripAdvisor reviews. The only hotels we work have a 3, 4, or 5 bubble TripAdvisor reviews to be in our list of participating hotels. But we don't guarantee that they're going to stay at the Ritz-Carlton in Manhattan. So it's going to be a mix of hotels. Again, all 3, 4, 5 bubble reviews. But if they have to stay only at the Ritz, this may not work for them. So it's a realistic deal. In other words, if we promise you, yeah, you're going to be able to stay at the Ritz anytime for free, it would be obviously too good to be true, and it would be.
Okay. Well, that's fantastic. And I mean, I think this is probably a good spot where you've given us a lot of great information today. If our listeners want to reach out to you, how do they do that?
Well, you can go to our Facebook group, which, by the way, is almost 28,000 business owners in that Facebook group. We're there to engaging with each other and helping each other and posting ideas that we're ready to go with. Here's my idea for this marketing campaign, and people can comment on it and critique it before you go live, for example. So we're a team of entrepreneurs helping each other out. So that's free. Go to join our search for the Marketing Boost, the Entrepreneur Sales Support Group in Facebook, or just straight go to marketingboost.com. And I have an offer for your listeners. It's although I don't believe in discounting, I've got a special offer for you, and it's not really a discount. It's just a longer free trial. So it's get marketingboost.com for 30 days for only $1. Go to marketingboost.com/podcast, marketingboost.com/podcast, and you can get 30 days of Marketing Boost for only $1. And I recommend you give yourself a complimentary trip to Cancun, Mexico, and check out the 4 Diamond Hotel, the 5s. We have 4 or 5 of the branded 5s in that area that are part of the Cancun offering, and it's an amazing deal. You'll love it.
Oh, thank you. And hopefully a lot of our listeners reach out to you. I wanted to thank you for taking the time today, Mr. Torres. It was insightful. I'm pretty excited. I'm going to definitely be looking at this myself here shortly. So thank you for taking the time, and I appreciate you coming on.
Hey, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Have a great day, sir.
You too.